Definitely there has been changes in the way that hotels and the industry in general have approached and spoken to consumers. Definitely in the past it was about being everywhere. It was, we have 10,000 hotels in every city, in every country, and you can expect a standardized experience there because we assume that you're a business traveler and this is what you want, which has kind of shifted towards more of an individual local hero approach, whereby even if the machine behind the hotel is the same, is a corporate machine, they're emphasizing different assets of the hotel. So it's the local access, it's the role in the community that it plays, and you can see this through marketing materials. You can see this through the way that they design the hotels, and you can see it in the way that they package and sell them even. So I definitely have noted a change in the brand voice as such.
I think music industry has become more direct and more close to the customer. I don't think any successful record company today will stay in this business if you don't count the customer as a friend more than anything.
I think in the past, brand communication was much more top-down, businesses talking to a person, whereas now it's much more an eye-level conversation, a person talking to a person, even when it's brands communicating to consumers.
I think it's become more direct. I think particularly in the luxury market, as the world's gone through a global recession, I think it's been really important that brands, luxury brands, come across as being accessible and non-elitist. And I think in a response to that, brands have had to become more direct in their marketing so that people feel more engaged and more comfortable. They don't feel so as intimidated to engage with the brand.
Definitely customers expect a lot more these days than they have in the past, in terms of not only the physical experience that they get, but they want to feel rewarded, they want recognition, they want to feel special, they want prestige, they want this kind of brag factor, and they want it all for a very good price. So definitely expectations are as high as they've ever been.
I think like the expectations remain more or less the same.
I'm a firm believer that brands are delivering services or product, and they need to be very honest about the way they do it. I think customers are expecting more and more honesty. They really want the facts. They want to know what they're being served or what they're buying, and they're not as interested as they used to be in what the brand has to say outside the remit of what it is offering. If what it offers adds value to the user experience, that experience will go on Facebook and it will go on Twitter, and the brand will benefit from it, as will the user, because the user is actually getting engaging with the brand in a meaningful way. So that's I think customers want. They just want facts, they want the truth, and I think they expect less of brands than they used to in the 80s, where brands were like superheroes, in Times Square. Now they don't need to be superheroes, they just need to deliver on what they promise.
I think there's been a major change in what customers expect now from brands and from products. They now want to, when they buy something, they want to have good value, good price, good design, good quality. They want it to be eco-friendly, they want it to be on trend, they want the right color. They just want everything. It's now that people don't just spend, like before the credit crunch, people were just happy to buy a lot of things without thinking about the price or the ethical consequences or anything like that. Now they think much more carefully what they are going to spend their money on. Like even in fashion, we've, for example, seen the investment pieces, which means that instead of buying 20 cheap things, people rather save money to buy something really nice, a nice design, and something that has more lasting value as well.
I definitely think customers expect more. I think the global recession has been really interesting, because I think for a lot of people, even people who still have a lot of money, they're still just a little bit conscious of spending it. No one's entirely sure what's going on. So when people are engaging with a brand such as ourselves, they really expect it to be special. And even if it is just a £13 burger, they expect it to be special, and even more so when the brand's a well-known brand.
The key incentive in music industry today is definitely speed. We are the first ones to deliver a certain information or a certain product, so the customer will look good into his community. So every time they come to us, they get something new. When they go to their friends or their group, they will be definitely the ones that will hold the best information and the best product.
I think customers nowadays, yes, of course they see value for themselves when they engage with brands. They would be daft not to. But what they really do is, what they really want to is to catalyze change around them. It's all about positive change through the brand. They understand that brands are immensely powerful and have vast resources, especially big brands. So by engaging with them, it's not just about what I'm doing for myself, but what I'm doing for the world around me, my ecosystem. And I really want to tell others that, you know, by engaging with your brand, I'm improving the world.
There's many things we can do for different types of customer, but one thing, of course, in fashion we have the luxury end of the fashion, which is very exclusive and expensive, so we can try to introduce some of those feelings of exclusivity to more mainstream fashion by offering things like limited edition collections, waiting lists, giving the customer an access to preview a collection before it's available to everybody else, things like that, for example.
I think in our business, the only incentive we have is access. And when I say access, I don't necessarily mean getting people into the restaurant, but you know, when you come with us at a restaurant at our level, we're not going to start doing buy one get one free meals. We believe our product is of a very good standard and very good value for money for what it is. So from an incentive, where we have real benefit is because of the level of our brand names. We have a lot of relationships with other luxury brands and other unique experiences.
I would say that the future customer is a combination of both. The customer relationship management tools that are out there now are so powerful and so smart that they could do anything. They can identify any customer anywhere and give them the exact thing that they want and take care of them at the same time. However, you need somebody behind it that is smart, and you need that person to drive this tool and to use this tool in a way that reflects the brand, that doesn't overstep the boundaries that the brand has defined with the consumer, or vice versa, and basically knows what emotional levers to pull. So I don't think you could say it's one or the other, but it's a combination of both.
I think it's a person, because the nature of our business is music, and music is emotions, and I think music are emotions. So it's important to think about who the listener are, and that's a person.
I think the customer of the future is a real person. Of course, now we have much more access to data to analyze the customer, but that should never get in the way of the real person behind the numbers that we are out to serve.
There's no question it's a real person. People want unique experiences, and the world has become so automated. I don't think there's anyone out there who isn't driven nuts by calling up someone, pressing the button, pressing another button, pressing another button. Real person, real human interaction is the future.